Lesson 16.4, Patterns in Graphing. For this one, there are really three things that you're going to have to know. And I'm going to show you how to use a graph to make a chart, how to use a chart to make a graph, and how to use a rule to make a chart. So let's start again at the beginning with number one. How to use a graph to make a chart. Well, here's our graph, and we want to fill in a chart that's going to show the different x and y, the points that we would have, the ordered pairs, based on the x and the y axis. So let's look at it. We have our x and our y. We find 3 points in there. Here's a point right here, and that's at 2, 1. So for the x we put 2, and the y is a 1. And we just fill it in that way. Here's another point right here. It's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So at 4, 2. So I put that right there. The third point is over here at 6, 3. So I put it over there. All I'm doing is looking for where the points are on the x-axis, and that goes in this column, and where the corresponding point is on the y-axis, and that goes in this column. Let's look at how to take a chart that we already made and how to make a graph. Now this is probably going to be easier for you guys because it already has the ordered pairs listed. Ready? Here's 1, 3. So on the graph you find 1, 3, and you put a point. 2, 6. So you find 2, 6, and you put a point. 3, 9. You go 3 and up to 9, and you put your point. I think you guys know how to do that. We've done that in the last few chapters. Now here goes back, number 3 goes back to chapter 8 when we talked about algebra. But it's not going to be that hard. Let's look at it. Y is going to equal x divided by 2. So I look at what my x is, and it's a 2. And y is going to be x divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So y would equal 1. And when x is 4, 4 divided by 2, y will be 2. When x is 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3, so y would equal 3. And when x is 8, 8 divided by 2 is 4, so my y will equal 4. You'll see how we do that in the next section. So let's look at some practice. Let's look at this one right here. I have a rule at the top, right there. I have a chart, and I have a graph. And we're going to go, we have the rule, and just knowing the rule, we're going to go do the other two parts of it. So I have the rule y equals x plus 3. So when x, whatever x is, it's 0 right now. So we've put a 0 right there. Sorry. 0 plus 3 is 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. Let's put, our next one is 1. When x is 1, I have 1 plus 3 is 4. So I put a 4 there. The next one is 2. So I put a 2 in for my x. 2 plus 3, that's 5. So my y is 5. And now 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So my y is 6. Now let's look at how we can use the information that we just made to create this graph. We have the first ordered pair up here is 0, 3. So let's make a point at 0, 3. The next ordered pair is 1, 4. And remember, our ordered pairs are x and y. Our x is at the bottom. So we go 1, 4, and we put our point right here. The next one is 2, 5, so 2 and up to 5. And finally we have 3, 6. So 3 and then up to 6 goes right there. So there would be our graph. This is what we do. We have our rule, and we were able to make a chart over here and a graph over here just by knowing that one rule. So now for this next one, I gave you the chart. You need to come up with the rule and the graph. I want you to pause the video right now and see if you can do that. All right, yeah, we noticed by looking at the pattern here that every time to go from our x to y, we added 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9. So our rule is going to be whatever our x is, we're going to add 2. So if we were to try to figure out what our next one is going to be, let's say make up another number. Let's say 9. We pull in 9 plus 2. Our y would then be 11. So let's go and chart this now. We have 1, 3. So we find 1 and 3. We have 3, 5. So we go to 3, oops, and up to 5. 5 and 7. So we go over to 5 and then up to 7. All right, the next is going to be 7 and 9. So we go x-axis over to 7 and then up all the way to 9. And we're done. That's how you do it. If you have any questions or you're not sure about something, please make sure you ask or you join a small group about it. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, one last thing. Remember, you need to be doing a practice page or an enrichment page along with this. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.